can run Spark applications using different execution types or modes. One of them is local. When we typically take care of development using local environment, we validate using local execution type or mode. When we deploy in UAT or production, it might be on multi-node cluster. It can be Yarn, it can be Databricks, it can be AWS EMR, so on and so forth. Now, with respect to the environment we are running, we might want to build the Spark a bit differently. So in this case, I'll be running using local when I run in dev mode or in dev environment. For this purpose, I just want to make sure that I create a function, and that function will eventually have the logic to build the Spark object depending upon the environment we are going to pass. So let's get into the details. We have to define a function. I'll be defining this function as part of a program called as util.py. So here I have to go to PyCharm, right click on my project directory, new Python file, util. Make sure that it doesn't go into your virtual environment. I have seen quite a few people make that mistake of creating these programs as part of the virtual environment. Make sure they are part of the directory itvgh activity itself. You can see app.py and util.py in parallel to itvg-venv. Now in this, we should be able to include this logic. What I can do is I can right click on this and then say refactor. Refactoring is one of the key features with respect to the IDE. It will take care of making the changes to our code seamless. In this case, I have to say extract method. Then I have to give the method name. The method name is nothing but get Spark session. Now I can say OK. You can see the function created here. Now I can copy this, go to util.py, paste it. I can remove this. I can say from PySpark.sql import Spark session. It has to return Spark object, and hence we have to use this. However, I want to pass two arguments to this. One is env, second one is app_name. In place of this hard-coded value, I want to use app_name, which is passed as argument to this function called as get Spark session. With respect to the master, depending upon the environment we are going to run, the master has to change. In this case, I will just say if env = dev, then master has to be local. I can hit tab here, save this. Now I have to go to app.py. As part of the app.py, I can delete this completely. I can even delete this line. Then I can say from util import get Spark session, then Spark = get Spark session. It takes two arguments. The first one is env. I'll pass the env name moment. The second one is nothing but the app name. Let me see what value I'm using here. I'll be passing the same value here. It is nothing but GitHub activity getting started. Now with respect to the env, I'll be setting it as a OS level environment variable. I can say env = os.environ.get. However, I have to import OS here. Import OS. Now I can say envi or on environ. Then I can pass it as first argument to this. This is how you can actually modularize to create a Spark session object depending upon the environment which you are going to pass to this. Now you should be able to run this and you can see the output. However, it is failing because we haven't set the environment variable yet. If you are using terminal, you can just say export environ = dev like this. Then you can actually say python app.py and hit enter. It will take care of creating the Spark context and returning the date or printing the date here. Now, if you want to use PyCharm to take care of this, you have to say run edit configurations. Click on this. You can delete this environment variable. It is not relevant. I can say plus environ and then dev, then say OK, apply OK, then run it. Now it is running because the environment variables are set using PyCharm's run wizard. Let's make sure that we place this code as part of the main function. I just have to say def main, then colon, then I have to just hit tab here. I have to invoke this. For that, I just have to say if __name =__main then invoke main function. As we have defined the main function, let's make sure that it is validated. Whenever we make changes to the code, we have to run and validate to ensure it is working as expected. To validate, I can actually say right click, run app. It should be able to invoke this main function, and we should be able to see the current date because of this. You can see the output here. You can also go to the terminal and you should be able to validate by saying python app.py like this. You can see it is actually creating the Spark context. You can also see the date here. This is how you should be able to get started with your Spark-based data engineering pipeline application development using Python as a programming language. As part of the data engineering pipelines, we typically read the data from source, process it, and write to the target. Based upon the requirements, we need to modularize. We'll get into those details as we get into the development based on the requirements for our hypothetical use case.